a child of the earth's waters, a native son forever playing in the ocean's waves, a gifted messenger carrying an eternal vision. Who else would have the imagination to see the planet as it was and as it might become but renowned artist Christian Riese Lassen? While Christian Riese Lassen's international reputation rests strongly on the acclaim lavished on his seascapes, above and below perspectives, and other marine paintings, his body of work is astonishingly broad and diverse. One of the great artists of our time, Lassen has dedicated himself to the realization of a magical vision of life on Earth. Lassen's talent for molding pigment, light, and movement, along with his compassion for the harmony of life on Earth, has allowed him to touch the hearts and senses of virtually millions of people.
I bought a print series, a triplicate one, about 10 years ago, and the value back then was like $3,000, but it went up to like $20,000 value. So his art's a serious investment. I think he's one of the youngest, most successful artists in history for the amount of money he gets for his art and how detailed it is, and his lifestyle for his age. You know, I mean, he's living the life of a Picasso alive today. I mean, he has one of the truly most unique lifestyles anyone's ever seen. He's like a prince.
Viewing a work of art by Lassen is not merely the passage of time, but an experience of nature, captured in the scene by its exquisite beauty and detail.
I think the first time I saw his artwork was at least 10, 11, 12 years ago in Maui. And I wandered into his gallery and saw the sculptures and the paintings, and just you got to be in awe of some of that stuff. And then it's actually kind of cool because the last time, well, when we were in Florida together, he was just finishing a painting, actually in the hotel room, and I went up to go see it. And those things, man, it looks like a photograph. They're so beautiful, and yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Developing a romance early in life with the ocean after arriving in Lahaina, Hawaii at the age of 10, Lassen began his life's work of artistic exploration.
I get a lot of inspiration from surfing for my art. I get the power of the waves, the way the sunlight comes through the clouds and reflects on the water, and the light passes through the waves. That sort of thing is, I think you can only get that firsthand, and hopefully that comes through in my art.
No other setting could have been more perfect to stimulate an artist's senses with the breathtaking sunsets, roaring ocean waves, tropical landscaping, and marine life. An avid surfer, Lassen's intensity and energy is drawn from the sea. Lassen dedicated his life to his talent by mastering the techniques and creating his own style that rivals the masters of the art world. Lassen began at a young age selling his artwork for t-shirt designs.
When he was in high school, maybe not even high school, maybe junior high school, he was offered to paint a silk screen dolphins for a t-shirt. And I believe that was the first artwork that he actually got paid for. And that was at a very early age. I know he was a teenager. Might even been younger than that, I'm not sure. Might have been 11 or 12 years old. And then it's kind of started from there, and then the people around town, they would see him on the sidewalk sketching those sunsets. A restaurant asked him to do some menus for their restaurant. It was called the Blue Max, and their theme was World War I bi-wing and triple-wing airplanes. And Christian did some special pencil sketches that were just amazing.
Christian had begun to become known as a remarkable Renaissance man. He wasn't an athlete, he wasn't an artist, he was just an extraordinary man who was in love with the sea and managed to transmit that love of the sea through different ways. And mastering the sea in order to become a champion surfer, mastering the sea to capture it to become a magnificent artist. He started coming to the attention of people in mainland America rather than Hawaii And he became a force rather rapidly in the art field. And everybody was raving about Christian Riese Lassen and this extraordinary magnetism that came from those works of art. And back in those days, I was producing Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and I thought that he would make the perfect subject of a young man who didn't come from great beginnings, but came from humble beginnings and rose to mighty prominence solely because of his talents. He then began selling paintings in a small art shop. In the 1980s, Lassen improved his technique of glazing, as used previously by the old Dutch masters. Ironically, Lassen first gained international recognition not for his artwork, but for his athletic ability as a star surfer for television, magazines, and movies. During this time period, Lassen directed all of his business activities personally, including exposure for his paintings, until he met Jonah Marie Price.
Jonah and I actually started my career together, pretty much, as far as my work getting out into Japan and expanding my distribution of my artwork. She was my girlfriend for about 5 years, and then we started doing business together. It was great. Her office was a dirty clothes hamper and a typewriter. That's what we used as a desk, and I really didn't have any money, and we were just starting out, but she had a great business sense, and we worked very well together. We expanded our ideas together and got my work into Japan and opened galleries and really built the business to what it is today.
Working in the art galleries for Christian, it is so wonderful that people come in, and it is so inspiring when they come and they look at a painting and they get chills, literally chills. My first experience with this was a painting called Heaven. And this woman lived in Las Vegas. She came in and she said, "Look at me." And both her arms where her hairs were standing up. And she immediately, I had to have that. And this happens periodically with paintings. There's no question. You don't have to sell this art. People want this art. They want to share the beauty of this art in their home. It makes them feel healthy. It makes them feel happy. And that's what it's all about. And Christian does this.
After spending endless hours of research in pools with marine animals in captivity, in 1990, Lassen created the Sea Vision Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to supporting environmental causes.
Christian likes to make people feel that we must protect the environment, and I think he is, that's why he's so popular, I do believe.
Christian Riese Lassen truly is an artist for our times. Nowhere does it seem there is another artist who has so precisely captured the psychic and spiritual needs of our planet.